Good morning, everybody. I'll be giving you a presentation on Old Spice, and I'm going to start off by defining what strategy is. I'm going to be talking about Old Spice, their brand re-intervention, and then I'm going to describe this re-intervention through the paradoxes. What is strategy? Okay, so strategy is a plan of action. It can be done in two ways. This is intended strategy, and those who regard strategy as being a realized course of action. Strategy formulation is followed by strategy implementation. So you pretty much form your plan and then you implement it. The types of formulation and implementation are identified through the case study of the Old Spice brand re-intervention. What is Old Spice? Old Spice is a perfume-scented cologne. It was founded by Procter & Gamble. It is commonly known as being an elderly gentleman's product. Exhibit A in the background. It comes in products of men's deodorants, antiperspirants, and fragrances, and it's considered to be the classic scent. There is a slogan that if your grandfather had worn it, you wouldn't be alive. So, you know.
It's a very virile grandfather.
Which obviously means your grandmother loved it. And then also, so before Old Spice began their re-intervention, they realized that they had to change their product, they had to change their image, they had to also change their target market. In 2008, Old Spice saw a 0.18% decline in sales, and this is due to the fact that Axe Cologne bought out a new product, and they gained 12.1%. So Old Spice was decreasing in value, decreasing in sales, and also thought that we should have a makeover. The Old Spice reintervention. In 2010, Old Spice launched an advertising campaign featuring the NFL star Isaiah Mustafa. The slogan was changed to "Be the man your man could smell like," which is a very catchy phrase. The target market changed from an elderly gentleman ranging between the ages of 40 to 65, changed to the younger generations, which were from 20 to 35. Okay, and therefore it's regenerated sales by 125% in 2010, and the video campaign received more than 4.5 million views in the first month. Mustafa was also named he was labeled as the Spice Guy.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamonds. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
So that was the video that was released on YouTube. It was very short, quite funny. It went viral because, you know, it had such a popular NFL star, and it seemed to attract the attention of the age group between 20 to 35. This is an image of the before and after products of Old Spice. Thanks to Ian, we now have, he's got the later model of the younger generation.
I always like to be up to date.
So you can see that they really did incorporate not just, you know, a brand like model change, they also changed the product and the label and the design, which really could show their efforts. The paradoxes behind this brand re-intervention was that the creative strategy is it generates new understanding without the proof of the idea making sense. The fact that one idea may lead to another, and Old Spice incorporated this because they wanted to try and it's more of like a bit of a radical change, because you can't go from all of a sudden saying, okay, we're going to change it year by year. They just all of a sudden just release this clip out the blue, just to give like their product market a huge shock of what's going to be produced. They also released a 3-day campaign in July 2010, which means that they invested $45 million into the advertising, and they really boosted this through YouTube. So whenever you clicked onto YouTube, you would see it pop up straight away. And they put this through the Ellen DeGeneres show and the Oprah Winfrey show. It targeted a different market completely, and especially targeted the youth markets. And yeah, like I said, creative methods were used, a popular male celebrity being the NFL star, catchy logo, and it also it incorporated both sexes into the campaign. It targeted men saying, you need to smell like this, but it also targeted the woman saying, this is what your man should smell like. So both sexes were entertained throughout the whole campaign. The deliberate strategy is described where a collective vision is intended. This is communicated through strategic planning, and of course their strategic planning was, identify their target markets, identify a way to capture it, and identify a way to put it through so that everyone can see it. It was put in at the right time, right before the NFL match, and as you saw earlier, they used the NFL star, the athletic star. So whenever people obviously saw him on the field, then they would think straight away, oh, that's the Spice guy. Who's the Spice guy? Old Spice. So it's quite clever advertising, especially the timing that they did it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, they use also the right marketing methods, which means it's more of like a feedback method. So people see the video, see the campaign, and then when it gets spoken about in these talk shows, people really understand the whole idea behind it. Then the revolution strategy is, this is disruptive change versus gradual change. And this was like radical change. As I said, it didn't gradually turn into something different. They just released it out the blue. And then with a revolutionary change is that a manager should take into consideration what is needed for the brand transition. And, as Old Spice did, they had a clear break with the past. But they still left their old products because they realized that they do have quite a loyal customer base, and they didn't want to try and disrupt this. So the old products are there for not the old customers, but the loyal customers, which is of that generation. And yes, and it seeks for change that occurs quickly, therefore the short marketing campaign. The problems that it incorporated was that it potentially ruined the loyal relationship that it had between its elderly customers with the older products, as they realized that with their target markets, the younger generation, as products get released so often in such different fashions, they realized that the young men's minds might change quickly, and they might not develop this loyal customer relationship with them, unlike the elder generation, which used to. There's a short-term strategy, therefore, which equals a short-term customer support. Because it was a one-stop marketing campaign, that is another problem. They invested $45 million into this 3-day campaign. They obviously couldn't keep up putting $43 million into it. So because they stopped it straight away with, the funding, that sort of means that people forgot about it. Danger of competing products. Axe also saw this, and they also changed their product. They also started releasing new colognes, and especially in the time like right now, where social media is such a prevalent thing, there was constantly new adverts coming out about different products, which was a huge change to them, especially because they didn't upkeep the standard. And yeah, thank you.